Welcome to my channel, Theresa Divine Guidance. This is another reading for all of you, so let's get started. You have Six of Swords, as well as Chariot. With the Six of Swords here in reverse, there may be something that you are holding back. In this upright position, it talks about changes, transitions. So there may be something that you are holding back, that you may feel insecure, you have fear, that there's something you are holding back. It kind of pulling you backward, that you are unable to move forward, and you are having insecurity to accept some kind of changes and transitions in regard to your life. However, with the Chariot here, it shows that the transition, the changes, they're going to be unavoidable. Sooner or later, there is some kind of decisions that you need to make. With you holding back is going to lead to a situation of apathy, hesitation, procrastination. Delaying is not going to help you in any case, because sooner or later you need to make some kind of decisions. Delaying is only going to increase the time cost. And with the Chariot here, it requires you to be brave, courage, decisive to make some kind of decisions with a firm position, determination. Let's see more. With the Lovers, as well as Page of Swords first. With the Lovers card together with the Chariot, we see it's about some kind of decisions that you need to make, and potentially for most of you, I see that it has something to do with your love and romantic life, that there is some kind of decision that you need to make, a path that you need to choose between options and alternatives that you are being presented. And you need to take a firm position on which direction, which path that you are going to take. Or in this case, who you are going to be with. So I see for some of you, that could be potentially return of your ex. So therefore, it puts you in a difficult situation that you need to make a decision, take a firm position, whether you are going to take them back or choosing between your ex or your current partner. So therefore, there is some kind of confusion that it makes you confused. You are standing at a crossroad here because of the return of an old person that kind of bothers you, and somehow you feel unexpected because they left you or things ended previously and you try to move on. But however, now with their return, it kind of like makes you feel you are going around the circle. Things appear to be uncertain, murky. That comes with ambiguities here, that you don't know which path to take, which decision to make, that whether you're going to accept them or who you're going to choose, that you are being given with choices, alternatives, different paths, and it requires you to demonstrate your determination to make a decision. So it's some kind of a decision-making process that you are encountering, and I see here a very strong sense of energy that it has something to do with your love and romantic life. And this person, I see that they return, and they come with a lot of passion that makes you feel even more confused, because this is not who they used to be, and with their change in their behavior, their gestures, which is so dramatic, it makes you feel there comes with a lot of uncertainties, because you don't really know whether this change is going to be permanent or temporary. So therefore, it requires you to make a due consideration to assess, to evaluate whether you are going to accept them back into your life or not. Also, with the Page of Swords, in its upright position, it talks about youthfulness, curiosity, mental clarity, because with the swords here, this is about air element that talks about communication. And in its reverse position, I see there is something that is being held back in terms of communication. Also, the energy here, it talks about hesitation. I see that you are holding back to express your deepest thoughts, emotions, and feelings with the return of this person. Because, as I said, that first of all, you make a decision to move on previously, and somehow at the time when you are thinking of taking things forward, moving on to a new chapter, a new phase in your life in regard to your love and romantic life, your mind is no longer being occupied or bombarded with those memories of this person. So therefore, it doesn't really bother you. But with the return of this old person, it now puts you in a difficult situation that you don't really feel freedom. And you need to choose, make a decision. Because, as I said, with the chariot, they return with a very firm determination as well, that they require you to give them a clear-cut answer, yes or no. And it also requires you to show your determination as well. You to be courageous, brave enough to make a decision whether which path to take, which decision you are going to make. And they return with a lot of passion here because previously what I see is that you feel them, they are your soulmate, they are your twin flame, divine counterpart, which is a relationship that is being blessed by those higher divine power sources, God, universe, angels. When you two were being together, this is how you feel. However, this person, I see that they treated you in a way that somehow you feel inferior. You don't feel you are being understood. A lot of time you may be put in a situation that you feel confused. There is no certain terms. You need to do a lot of guesswork, reading between the lines. You need to prompt them in order for them to take actions. So this is exactly not a situation that is in accordance with your expectation, because you expect your partner to show you passion, to show you mutual respect, understanding. Without you prompting them constantly, they are going to show the willingness, generosity to embrace you, to accept you in their lives. However, you don't really see that happening when you two were being together. So therefore, I see for most of you, you feel it's quite hard that the relationship, either you or that person need to end it. It comes towards the end and you need to move on. But now with they returning into their life, then they change. They are totally transformed because they are showing a lot of determination, passion. Yes, physical attractiveness is being there, and you are going to see them taking a lot of actions. So somehow they are being transformed into a completely different person, being action and result oriented, taking initiatives, approach, a lot of different approaches that they are using to reach out to you. They become more proactive. You can see that they are demonstrating a high degree of receptibility in terms of the expression of their physical behaviors, nonverbal, especially like their body gestures. They're going to make eye contact with you when they're talking to you. They're going to test you, asking you out, patching up, and their intention is to reconcile with you. in order to make things work. And somehow you are going to see they are going to show a lot of engagement, involvement when they are communicating with you. They're going to be more responsive as well. For example, not leaving you hanging. They will respond to your messages within a considerable period of time. And somehow these changes in regard to their physical behavior or their gestures, it just put you in a situation that make you feel even more confused because you don't know whether this change again is it going to be temporary or is it going to be permanent. Because with you I see that you are someone who are looking for a stable, long-term, dedicated, committed relationship that comes with a solid concrete foundation. However, this person used to fall short of your expectation and somehow it makes you feel being divided, being split. You don't feel a union between both of you. A lot of time you need to doubt your position. You need to question where do you stand. There are times that you need to prompt them. Maybe they're going to change, but the change is going to be temporary, and then they're going to return to their normal behavioral pattern. It means that there is no change at all. So it somehow lets you down, disappoint you, and they don't really show attentiveness towards your feelings. They are not being sensitive towards your emotions. But with their return, because they lost you, so with their return, they are now showing a lot of passion to make it up to you. So therefore, it comes with mutual understanding, mutual respect. This is exactly how they are going to present themselves because they want to leave a good impression this time in order to impress you in a way that to convince you, to show you proof, evidence, so that you're going to take them back. Also, but for you, I see you are hesitating, you are exercising due consideration to decide whether you are going to accept them because you are seeing all those red flags. You are seeing all those alert previously. There's a lot of traffic lights that you were seeing when you two were being together. So therefore, it comes with a lot of consideration that you need to make. You need to assess, you need to evaluate. It requires you to take a lot of time and effort to assess this person whether with their return, are they really going to be able to modify or to adjust their behaviors, their attitude in order to align with you. It's not like you require them to change their personal characteristic because after all, we are all separate, distinct individuals. We all have our own personal characteristics. This is what makes us unique. But when you and that person are being together, when we are being with another person or talking about a relationship, a connection in general is about management and alignment. Love definitely is one of the elements. Romance is there, but in order for a relationship, a connection to blossom in a sustainable way, long term, then it requires a lot of dedication, involvement, management between both of you. So, although previously they did not really show that, it somehow makes you feel disappointed, but they're now changing. So, whether this change is going to be sustainable, this is the concern, the consideration that you need to take into account of. So, let's see more. And then with the Knight of Pentacles, with the Page of Pentacles reverse, okay. With the Knight of Pentacles, this is exactly the energy that you're exuding, projecting. You are charming, attractive, regardless of your gender. It doesn't really matter. It's the energy that you are projecting, that how other people they are going to perceive you, is that you look attractive, confident, you can stand on your own 2 feet, and there is nobody or nothing that you need to rely on. So therefore, it's a state where you feel good even when you are in your own company, especially after you leave this person. It requires some time for you to heal, recover, and transform yourself, but somehow you made it. You know that it's not an obligation or responsibility for you to accept something that you don't really deserve. So therefore, this relationship that you encounter, the past relationship, it makes you grow to a significant extent that you transform yourself into someone like this gorgeous lady here in the Nine of Pentacles card. You are confident, courageous, you're enjoying your own quality time, embracing the nature. Simply, the implication means that you are enjoying life your own. There is nothing that you are going to linger. There is not much, nobody that you need to feel like being attached to, because you come across that when it comes to a relationship or connection, it doesn't really work when you are going to generate codependency with another person. You learn that even when both of you are being together, still, you two are separate individuals. There are times that you need to be independent. There are times that you two need to align with each other to make things work out. Yes, it's going to be a union, but you two are still being a separate, distinct individual. So therefore, you've grown to a state, you become more mature, independent, that when it comes to a relationship, it's about two person, you two coming together, sharing with each other, growing together. It's not about extraction and exploitation, something that you encountered previously. This is something that you experience because a lot of times, as I said, you need to prompt them. Without you prompting them, giving them any signals, they're not going to do anything. But actually, they know that they need to do something in order to make you feel secure, solid, grounded. This is something that you don't really feel. But you are feeling when you are being on your own company, you feel confident, you feel things appear to be solid, concrete. This is your expectation when you were having the relationship with this person, but this person was unable to give that to you. A relationship that comes with a solid, concrete foundation, it's just like constructing a building. The foundation, the layer of the foundation at the bottom is very important. It's just like the root of the tree, deeply anchored into the soil. You feel that things appear to be murky, it's loosened, the foundation is not solid concrete. You doubt, you question your position. Where do you stand? Because they are not really showing it by their gestures. And with the Page of Pentacles here, you're hesitating, you're thinking whether or not to accept this offer that they are giving you. It requires you some time because now you know that, as I said, you know how to set healthy boundaries. You will not accept things that are less than you deserve. Your priority is your own self-interest, own well-being. You have grown to a state that you become mature, you are independent. You will not let other people to extract or exploit your life because you used to come to a point you feel there is energy depletion, and somehow this person, there are times that they appear to be like an energy sucker or energy vampire because I see a circle here going around the circle where you think you are going somewhere, but it ends up going nowhere because, for example, you two talk about some issue problems. When that is being brought up to the table, being discussed, but a lot of times there is no closure because either you or that person or both of you somehow get emotionally carried away and then just focus on the problem rather than the solution itself. And then it's more like talking on repeat. And they're going to respond with an attitude of coldness, treating you inferior, silence treatment. You don't really feel valued. And a lot of times I see that they are going to justify or give you validations that you don't really see is reasonable. How you feel is they are making some kind of excuses or stories to stand up for themselves. However, you're not being convinced. And you think that they are simply making up some kind of stories or excuses to justify themselves. So therefore, you're hesitating. But here, as I said, that they return with a lot of passion, determination, they're changing themselves. They are trying to seek your forgiveness and to give them another chance. And this time, they are going to show you a lot of proof and evidence, something that you were looking for previously. They know that they led you into disappointment. You were exhausted. You used to experience emotional depletion. And they are now changing because with losing you, with the time of being separated together, not being together, somehow they see a lot of those important qualities in you that actually their life is going to be better off when they are being with you. So somehow this separation period, the breakup, it kind of reminds them the importance, the significance of your role in their life. And now they finally see how you used to feel when you two were really being together, the divine counterpart. That was something that you used to feel, but they were being ignorant when they were being with you. They don't really see you important at all. They treated you inferior, taking things for granted. This is what I see. And it makes you feel that they don't really value you. You are being treated as invisible. So therefore, with the breakup, the separation, mentally, they are doing that reassessment process that it reminds them actually you are going to complete their life. You are the missing puzzle piece. With both of you coming together is a union. It's going to reach to a state of wholeness. And they finally understand. So therefore, their intention is to establish something that is concrete and solid with you. So therefore, the ball is really in your court whether to accept this person again. So, of course, it needs some time for you to assess and evaluate. But life is always about flexibility. Of course, take your time because now with you being so mature, you know what is going to serve you best. Who is going to be serving your highest good, because I see a lot of you are able to identify the private and hidden motives and agenda of other people, including of this old person returning into your life. You know that Their intention is to get back with you, patch up with you, seeking forgiveness or reconciliation. But somehow you do see all those red flags that you come across before. So therefore, you're being cautious and skeptical. You don't want to make a decision that you're going to regret later on. So therefore, you're being logical, not being emotionally driven, in order to assess and evaluate this situation before accepting them. And this is exactly what you're doing, and which is right, because when it comes to a relationship, after all, love, romance is there, but it also requires a balance between emotional as well as the logical mind, because after all, in order for a relationship to run on a long-term sustainable way, is for both of you to be aligned. Alignment is something that your partner is going to need to work on, and they're trying to show you that this is something that they are going to demonstrate. They are willing to adjust, they are willing to modify. No one can be changed if they don't want to change themselves, but they are now changing themselves. It's more like a reprogramming of their mental structure. They are breaking down the old version of themselves. They are transforming, changing, because with the separation, the breakup, finally they know that you are the one, you complete their life. Is a union, a wholeness that they see that is being reached when they are being with you. So the ball is in your court, so take your time and make the best decision yourself that is going to serve your highest good. So this is the end of the reading. I hope you like it. Do subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. Like this video, leave a comment down below. And you can also contact me for a separate reading. See you next time.